Hey guys, I just did my video for my favorite movies of 2011, and I said I had a couple movies that I wanted to review, and I'll be doing an update of sorts eventually, but till then you'll have a couple reviews coming up, starting with this one right here for a movie I got for Christmas as a gift. It's Zombie Apocalypse Redemption, which is a sequel to a movie made in 2010 called Zombie Apocalypse, a $5,000 zombie movie that I have not seen yet. It's on my list of things to see, but for now I just have the sequel. To my knowledge, they have nothing in common really other than the title and the fact that they have the same director. And I think one of the characters from the first one has a cameo in this. But okay, I'll get into the story. Basically, it's your typical apocalypse film. It's got that really cool 80s Mad Max type style to it in that this guy, okay, the story's there's this guy named John Knox who was a member of this band of raiders, of kind of savages that roam across this apocalyptic land that's a complete wasteland. It's filled with zombies and shit. And he's left for dead, but he's rescued by a team of survivors that are led by a guy named Moses, who's played by quite possibly the baddest ass of them all, Fred Williamson. Fred Williamson actually has a very decent role in this movie. He's actually on screen quite a bit, and he's a very important part, which is surprising. I thought that, judging from the cover, he has third billing, he has the and Fred Williamson billing on it, and I kind of figured that since they put his name on the cover, that sort of meant that it's a cheap trick to make people get it, and he's only in it for 2 minutes. But no, he's actually in the majority of the film. He sort of disappears about an hour in, but he shows up after the credits. But for the first hour, he's very prominent. Anyways, they kind of try to survive against this group. The Raiders are led by a guy named Rome, and Rome's played by an actor named Jerry Lynch, who is quite possibly the biggest over actor I've seen in a long time. Seriously, he makes Gary Busey on Speed look subtle. And he does say one of my favorite movie lines, though. There's a part where he's talking about sending people out to find Knox or something like that, and the woman says maybe that's not such a good idea or something like that, and he just looks to her and says, when I want your opinion, I'll rape it out of you. I'll rape it out of you. Genius line. That's great screenwriting right there. All in all, it's actually a very typical but incredibly fun apocalypse film. It is like an 80s action movie, a direct-to-video flick you'd see. Like if this was made in the 80s, it would probably still have Fred Williamson, but in the lead role it would be like David Carradine or someone. And it's great. However, there's one scene that if this movie had taken a darker tone and had if it had taken a darker tone and had gone for a hardcore disturbing vibe, then this scene would have worked really well. But here it felt really out of place, and it's a scene where Knox and the other main guy walk into a room. They hear a baby crying, and they find this woman with her stomach ripped out, and she was pregnant, and obviously somebody ripped a baby out. How the baby's alive, I don't know, but the baby is alive. A zombie's holding it, and it's biting into the baby's neck while the baby's crying. So Knox kills the zombie, and then the other guy shoots the baby. You see, if it had been done in a cheesy, over-the-top way, then it would have fit in. But no, they treat it like it should belong in a Serbian film or something, even though it's not nearly as disturbing. Although I haven't sat through the entirety of a Serbian film yet. But if this movie had gone for the more depressing, dark vibe of an apocalypse film, this scene could have been very powerful, but here it just seems really out of place. So what you end up with is a very uneven, but it's still very entertaining zombie film. It's got very minimal zombie violence. It's more of an apocalypse action film, actually. But I guess if you're a fan of zombies and like this type of film and are a fan of Fred Williamson, it's worth a shot. It's a great, and not great, it's a good direct-to-video horror flick, action flick. And it's one of those movies where the cover just sort of suckers me in. I don't know, there's something about this cover that's really appealing to me. It just screams Sci-Fi Channel, and that shit just suckers me in regardless of how crappy it is. That's this Mega Shark versus Crocosaurus sold just based on the cover and the title. That's all you need. Zombie Apocalypse Redemption. See it if you want to see it. You don't have to. You can go through life without seeing it, but it's a lot of fun. Have a good one. Take care. Bye.